What's going on, peeps? Mastermyne here. So today's video, I want to talk about the Video Game Awards coming up this Thursday. I believe that's going to be December 1st. And I'm really excited over this, but there's a lot of things I want to talk about. So let me just first start off by saying in the last couple of years, I don't think the gaming awards have really been done well. In fact, I've kind of hated it. It's a lot of teenage toilet humor and a lot of, weird little indie bands and music that they're playing, and a lot of like just strange stuff going on. They're not really focusing on video games. They're not really doing anything that's really getting the gamer hyped up. And it kind of bothers me because if you think about it, the games that they're talking about and they're giving awards to, these are multi-million selling games. These are billions of dollars generated in revenue for a lot of these video game companies. And for them not to get the recognition that they deserve and get this kind of low-level award show year after year, I think is insulting to an industry that really, they really need to just class it up, in my opinion. It's time that we move on from the, silly kind of stereotype of, some teenage video gamer masturbating in between sessions. I just think we need to just, the award ceremonies need to grow up and really give respect to the developers. They are, artists, they are musicians, they are, really talented people working hours and hours and hours. Everything from the voice actors to the sound engineers to the programmers to the, just everything that goes into making a great video game. We need to show them more respect. And hopefully, I don't think it's going to be totally that this year, but hopefully we're starting to move into that direction where it's getting a little bit more respect on that front. We need to take ourselves more serious as an industry and as gamers. This isn't a small thing anymore. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So anyway, let's get into some of the categories, because I definitely do want to talk about what my opinions are regarding that. So here we go. So the categories this year are pretty interesting. So I'm going to start right from the bottom and work my way up. So we have Most Anticipated Game, Best Fan Creation, Trending Gamer, Best Esports Game, Best Esports Team, Best Esports Player. Those are the fans' choice. Now, the normal categories consist of Best Multiplayer Game, Best Sports Racing Game, Best Strategy Game, Best Family Game, Best Fighting Game, Best Role-Playing Game, Best Action Adventure Game, Best Action Game, Best VR Game, Best Mobile Handheld Game, Best Independent Game, Best Games for Impact Award, Best Performance, Best Music and Sound Design, Best Art Direction, Best Narrative, Best Studio, Game Direction, and Game of the Year. So the first category I want to talk about is Best Fighting Game. Now, I'm not going to go through every single category. I'm just going to, go through a couple of them. But this is one that really interests me a lot, especially considering my channel, and I cover a lot of fighting games. So let's begin there. So Best Fighting Game, the nominees here are Killer Instinct Season 3, King of Fighters 14, Pokken Tournament, and Street Fighter V. Now, I think Street Fighter V is going to win the category, but I don't think it deserves it. I don't think Pokken Tournament deserves it either, because I don't really consider that a traditional fighting game, and I kind of wish that, they had more subgenres in their awards listing, because I really don't consider Pokken Tournament like just a classic fighting game. So, with that said, I kind of don't. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I just don't see it deserving that. King of Fighters 14, I thought was so-so. I didn't think it was that great. It doesn't look that great. It doesn't play that much better than any other King of Fighters, and I just thought it was okay. As far as Killer Instinct Season 3 is concerned, well, Killer Instinct's been out for 3 years now, and we've seen it over and over again, and we kind of know what to expect. So when you really look at this list, and then you think about all the problems that Street Fighter V has had, it's a difficult list, but not in the most positive way. I think what should get it is Killer Instinct Season 3. I think with the addition of all the new characters, the new lighting, Shadow Lords mode, and just all the content that they've put into it, and all the, just everything that they've changed about the gameplay, and really just listened to the community and put everything together. And, you know, it didn't always turn out perfectly or whatever, but when you consider the netcode, you consider, you know, the gameplay, you consider how much fun the game is and all the modes and how it's gone from where it started to where it is now, it is just a fantastic package and definitely worth your money. And I think it should get some sort of accolades, considering that a lot of these fighting games are struggling as far as sales are concerned, including Street Fighter V. I think maybe a lesser known fighting game should be acknowledged. Not to say that Killer Instinct is the least known of the fighting games here, but I would say that it's probably just as deserving as any fighting game. So that's my opinion. But what do I think will win? I think they're going to give it to Street Fighter V. So moving on real quick, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let me just go over some of the categories and what I think are going to be the winners. So I think for best role-playing game, I think that's going to go to Dark Souls 3. I think it deserves it and probably should be the winner there. I think best action-adventure game, I'm definitely looking at Uncharted 4. Best action game by itself, I think definitely is Titanfall 2. Other than maybe Doom, I can't see anything else that had my heart pumping more. Doom might get the edge because it's, even though it's a sequel, it's so different from the other ones, even though it keeps that same spirit. But that, you know, pounding action and that just nonstop, I would say Titanfall has the edge, but it may go to Doom. We'll see. Best performance, I think Nolan North for Uncharted 4 is probably going to get the nod for that, and I would agree with it. Best sound and music design, I have to say, I think Doom, that really had you pumped up when you're playing the game, especially in a single player. You just really felt pumped up playing that game, and I think that's what sound and music is supposed to do. It's supposed to enhance what you're seeing on the screen, and Doom did that really well, probably better than anything. Best art direction, I'm going to say it's going to be the Abzu or Inside. I think those two probably deserve it. Phenomenal looking games. Definitely deserve it. If Cuphead would have come out this year, I would say Cuphead, but I guess we're going to have to wait until next year for that one. And best studio, I'm going to say is going to go to Naughty Dog. I wouldn't be upset if it went to Respawn, but or even id for Doom, but I'm going to say Naughty Dog. Everything that they put into Uncharted was just phenomenal. I can't say enough about that game. And Game of the Year. This is always a difficult category because there's usually so much to choose from, but I think this was a terrible year for gaming, but we did have some standouts. So we have Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4. Now, everyone's going to have their own opinion on this, and that's fine. We're going to see who actually wins it. But if you feel your game is the best game and it wasn't voted in, I mean, it's a nominee. So I think we should all just kind of appreciate all these games, and any one of them could win it. I loved Doom. I really loved Doom. I thought it was a great start for reintroducing the franchise. Overwatch was a new IP that really got a lot of attention. I do think it was a little bit overhyped. Then you also have Inside, which really I think should have gotten more hype than what it deserved. And of course, if you love Limbo and that style of game, you're going to love that one. And Titanfall 2 was a great comeback and a great sequel for Titanfall, and it fixed a lot of the issues that we had with it. And of course, Uncharted 4 is a beloved franchise, and people had very high expectations for this game, and for the most part, it lived up to it. So what was your favorite game? What do you think was game of the year? My pick, I'm going to say Uncharted 4. I think it was the best game out there. It was the best looking game, best playing game in many aspects. Just the sheer amount of detail that went into the game, not just graphically, but just in the story narrative and the way the characters interacted and just everything. The whole entire package was just amazing. And I think we have to acknowledge these kind of games as game of the year. If Titanfall 2 won, I wouldn't be upset over that. In fact, I wouldn't be upset over any of these games, for the exception of Overwatch. I think that it was just slightly hyped up a little bit too much, but that is my opinion. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something to say, leave a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am a very teeny tiny YouTube channel, and I definitely would appreciate all the support I can get. Thank you once again. And until next time, Mastermyne out.
Yeah.